our beautiful land is besieged on all sides. But we resist like our fathers did before us. We shall emerge victorious and even more intractable than ever to these turbulent times when our corrupt brothers come to ravage our shores. We are the Azure, the sons of Inarion, and Ulthuan shall never fall.
Who is Queek? Queek is Warlord here, not Grey Ones from far away. He claim he come from Council. He claims his good intent. But Queek is not stupid, Slow. Queek know Grey Seers and their treacherous ways. Whitefur will never be Warlord here. He is never free of Queek's sight. Queek sees him always.
Ulrich, give me the fangs of the wolf. Ulrich, give me the claws of the wolf. Ulrich, give me the coat of the wolf, and I will show your enemies the mercy of the wolf.
You see, we should all aspire to the greatness of the sacrifice that Inarion was willing to carry out for our own people, the people of the Reich Basin, the Empire.
When you look at your foe, do not see another elf. See them for what they are, creatures less than animals. Remember that your enemy is responsible for all of your woes. It is he that cast you from your homes.
And so, when Sigmar's crown is sundered, his hammer shattered, and his divinity revealed as the mockery that it is, the legions of chaos will pour forth from their womb far to the north, and wherever they tread, the ground will blacken, and what they touch will wither to dust and blow away. And when they speak, all will bow before their might. And in these final days, the world shall die to make a way for the new, the beautiful, and the ever-changing.
Face me if you dare, stunted whelp, or do you lack even an elven maid's courage? I thought the sons of Grugni were great warriors, but perhaps you are no true dwarf. Indeed, maybe you're instead some breed of bearded goblin, though in truth I have seen a finer beard on a troll's backside. Dogs of Norska, the bones of your brothers lie buried in this snow, far from the halls of their ancestors. The beasts who visited such craven death upon your comrades come now to feast upon their still warm flesh. You run when I tell you to run. Now fight when I tell you to fight! Now, brothers, for the Blood Guard! Now, brothers, for the Blood Guard!
Council of 13.
If any is to command here, it should be me. To Clan Pestilence will go the honor of overthrowing the mad city. We have great plans, great plans. It is our secret weapon that will destroy the human city.
What hope can there be for the mortal world? It is assailed by nightmares and its most dangerous dreams, each one given murderous form by the power of ancient and terrible gods.
I see a world drowned in fire and plague, where madness is the only reason and death is the only respite. That world will soon be ours, unless we fight these hellspawn with every weapon at our command.
Gork and more mighty goblins for us to kick, kill, and eat. Die is nothing. Die is less than nothing. Even their magic is weak and pointless. Only use they got in a fight is catching human arrows with their heads.
Truth will not save you, for truth is no hold over such aberrations. Courage cannot save you, for they sap your courage as readily as your fear. Faith is the only defense that you can trust.
Among the plague monks, dedication is what is considered, and those with the greatest dedication are allowed the privilege to wield plague censers.
The ability to shrug off crippling injury, combined with their near hysterical zealotism, means that the only reliable way of stopping a plague monk attack is to wholly dismember the disease-ridden Skaven.
Send the word out across the world. Celebrate and give thanks to the mighty Lord of Murder for delivering unto us his world-born son. We have been blessed, and in his name we shall bear our blades in readiness for his will as voiced by his avatar. Hail Malekith, eternal Cain incarnate.
The weak elves of Ulthuan fear us, for our ways are the true ways. They fear what they cannot understand, and instead cower behind the lies of their false history. Fools and cowards, it is but a matter of time before we wipe them from Ulthuan, and regain our rightful place as the masters of that isle. And from there, we shall take the world.
Let this be a sign of the compact between us, and lend your strength to me. Let the murders I commit this night be in your name and for your glory.
Mad? Mad? You squeaks say I am mad. Yes. Only mad would bring the doom sphere.
I saw the thing with my own eyes. A great orb of steel, the size of a steamship, and packed with raw wordstone. Ikit Claw constructed his wordstone bomb over the fault running beneath Karakazul.
Thus the El Nehekarian were destroyed, and they collapsed into heaps of skulls and bones strewn across the desert. Their numbers could not prevail against.
Messenger, tell say that Ikit Claw, chief warlock of Clan Scryer, master of the Warpstorm, flayer of Forge Master Garhak Bloodtongue, butcher of Chikom Mikotel, gutter of Jarl Alfhild Demonkin, burner of Magister Klaus von Doenhoff, raiser of Helwigstadt, cutter.
We shall sweep away all that is chaos and disorder, for ours is the true path, and none shall defy us.
With a burst of light, the counterspell collapsed. Moments later, the cloud of blades engulfed the dragon ship, and the decks ran red. Hundreds died as dark magic washed over the ship. Many assassins died too, swept into oblivion's embrace, with mad laughter upon their lips. Aislinn, though cut and bloodied, had found shelter in the lee of the bridge, and he swore that the battle was not yet done. He had many more soldiers safe on the lower decks, and the Calandirian was still a formidable vessel of war, unchanged fundamentally. Then he looked up and saw that the dragon ship's sails were all but gone, shredded apart by the dark magic that had engulfed his ship.
Now that I've seen Lustria with my own eyes, I believe the tales are true. Both of the gold that can be pried out of every ruin, and also of the denizens of that cursed land. Lizard men, savage in deed and heart. It matters not the price. I will not return to those forsaken jungles again.
Strangers heed the song of the brine maid, and glimmer they seek, as all men may. Multitudes and legions land on sacred shore, and make for lizard hole. I shall steer them to riches beyond dreaming, and do mischief to high lizard lordling aplenty.
We, the Drukai, shall strike down our foe with sharp steel and cold hearts. The weak must die, so that the strong shall be spared. Then, and only then, will our enemies know the true meaning of fear. Take their gold, burn their homes, kill their families, and enslave their soul.
Let nothing dissuade your quest for knowledge. Let none slow your pursuit and acquisition of holy technology. Let no one stand between you and the procurement of that which is rightfully the machine god's due.
Broadcast the sounds of war to drive the macroclades to triumph. Sing the song of the machine god.
None can stay our march.
Let the merciless logic of the machine god invest thee.
None can stay our march.
Praise and glory be to the machine god.
None can stay our march.
Mate, I tell you, I'd never heard of the place. It's part of the Empire, really. A place with halflings in charge. Well, whose stupid idea was that then?
All the big folk think we're either cooks or thieves. It's wrong, I tell you. Don't we have the same rights as imperial citizens? Aren't we halflings normal people? Whole people?
I say, you can find out the servants of death by their marks. No man is born so unnatural that his body does not revolt at the foul pollution of undead blood. And by these marks you can tell them, by the fangs of the predator. For their thirst for blood is like that of a foul beast. By their porcelain white skin, cold to the touch and unnatural to the eye. The glow of their eyes, behind which lives the terrible hunger. These are the marks of the blackest evil. These are the marks of the vampire.
12 swords, one for each chief, and holy Sigmar bade each to wield it in justice for his people, and pledged to fight for one another in undying unity. Their gods are the bloody avatars of battle, yet they have not your faith. They live for war, yet they have not your heart.
There are not enough words in your simple tongue to express our hatred for them, human. Killers, despoilers, slavers and thieves we name them. But not one of these oft-earned titles begins to describe the depths of their depravity.
Who are they? They are sorrow, pain, misery, misguided souls, bound to darkness, led by a damned prince who refused to accept his true destiny, and will one day suffer as no other because of it. They embrace chaos with open arms, as much of their debauched society is given over to the worship of Cain, the lord of murder. They live in fear, comforted only by the lies that they repeatedly whisper to each other as they nurse their old wounds. They are terrible. Seek them not. I will say no more.
Friends, countrymen, men of the Empire, listen to me. I tell you, when the sun rests and the world is dark and great fires are lit and the ale is poured into flagons, then it is time to sing the sagas as the dwarfs do. The greatest saga is the saga of Sigmar, the mightiest warrior. Hearken now, and hear these words. and live in hope.
Most men's desires are simple and banal. Food in their belly, a home to shelter from the cold, and a woman to bear their sons. But not you, no. Sigmar the Heldenhammer is a killer whose heart only sings when death is a hair's breadth away, and his blood-stained hammer is crushing the skulls of his foes. Like all warriors, you have darkness in your heart that lusts for violence. It is what births the urge to kill and destroy in men, but yours will consume you without balance in your heart. Temper your darkness with compassion, mercy, and love. Only then will you be the emperor this land needs for it to survive. This is my warning to you, child of thunder.
Thus did Sigmar call to account those who turned their backs, and great was the war waged on a king that lived by the blood of heroes. Mighty was Sigmar's wrath, yet guarded not was his weary soul, and evil of ancient times found root in the present.
The new mountains gave us shelter. We made a fire in their mouths. The tribes split the lands. The tyrants roared and fought.
Listen to yourself, Sigmar. This bloodshed is madness. It sullies everything we have achieved over the years. Is this how you want to be remembered? As a butcher of men, a tyrant king, a killer of women and children no better than a green-skinned? I'm soul sick of this killing. Every man here has blood on his hands, and our honor is stained by what we have done here. Sigmar, it's time to go home.
You see, this is what you are. This is who you are. Embrace it and the pain will end. Cease your resistance and give me your flesh to wear. You cannot keep my spirit out forever, and when you are mine, I will give you power beyond your wildest imaginings. This petty empire of man that you have built is nothing to what we might achieve together. There are lands far beyond these shores to be conquered, worlds beyond this paltry rock to be enslaved. Stand at my side, and this entire world will be yours.
Oh, Queek! You were so magnificent when I found you. The biggest in your litter. They were all large before you ate them. I raised you. I fed you on the best dwarf meat and man flesh. And you have become even more magnificent. Such courage. There is none other like you, Queek. You are unnaturally brave. Others think you freakish for leading from the front, not the back. But I do not. I am proud of my Queek. Dull, boring. Queek see hundreds of thousands of millions of Skaven in his life. They are all the same. Furry faces, pink noses. Some die, all die. There are always more. What need mighty Queek see all rat faces?
Well, Vecteek couldn't come, so I came instead. You have called, and I have answered. You sought the harbinger of doom. I am he, little sorcerer. I am your doom. I am Scarbrand. I am your death.
I was the scourge of the world's edge. From Hellpit to Cripple Peak, my name was Dread. I was undefeated, feared peerless in battle, renowned for my cunning. The world rested in my paws. History is written by victors, if it is written at all. I was Nordwell's favorite, but unlike Queek, I earned it. And who remembers now? Who cares? 10 years since I left to serve my master in Skaven Blight. 3 generations of brainless meat husks that never know enough to dread the name Sleek.
The fame and renown of Sigmar, hammer-bearer of the High King of the Dwarfs, spread far and wide. Sigmar, the chief, mighty lord of the Unberogen, and other tribes of mankind.
I anoint myself with the blood of Ulrich, that I shall not fear to bleed. I pledge myself to Ulrich's work, that I shall not fear to suffer. I give myself to Ulrich, that I shall not fear to die.
Dave, look out! He's behind you! It's an assassin! Look, behind you, Dave! He's cut through the tent and he's looking at you. He's got glowing eyes. He's cut through the tent, he's letting all the moonlight in. I don't know how you haven't seen him, mate. Look, it's an adept assassin. He's a threat. Look at him. Watch out. Dave, look, it's an assassin, he's cut through the tent, he's a problem.
The New World, a term used to describe the largely uncharted western continents of our planet, such as the steaming jungles of Lastria and the cold, desolate lands of Naggaroth.
Danger does not always come in the shape of orcs with bolters, Ragnar.
Sigmar was an Ulrician. Sigmar founded this empire, thus the empire is Ulrich's nation. We are all Ulricians. This slavish devotion to Sigmar must end.
Manling, you know nothing of the feats of Queek. I am the strongest in all of the underworld, the Under-Empire. Fight me now! One hit, dead. Another enemy for my trophies. My dominance is insane.
I can't believe he thinks he did that.
Stay down, you manling bitch!
If I wasn't making such a handsome amount of warp shekels from Nordwell for this, I'd find this rather annoying.
The ruinous powers care nothing for why a mortal might fall into their worship. They will trick, coerce, and snare whoever they can, for each fallen soul makes them a little stronger. The faith of mankind is different. We're not tricked into the love of Sigmar. Our faith is no snare, nor can a man be coerced into a life of holiness. We must fight through our own doubt to see the truth, just as a man must fight to crest the summit of a mountain. Take away that doubt, take away that struggle, and we'd be no better than the raving fallen who gibber at the sight of visions and cheap magics.
Yes, whereas Queek the mighty here. We will win! Nothing else is important. We will destroy! Queek will show the whole world that Queek is the mightiest, the best, the most deadly! We will see what Nordwell says about orders then!
As soon as their jolly boat touched the sand, they roared ashore, charging the waiting goblins. It was a short fight,
and within moments the greenskins was running for their lives, and the pirates were rewarding themselves with a swift tot of rum.
Despite the risks, however, it is a place where someone with the toughness and willpower to survive can not only live, but thrive, far from the yoke of unfair taxes, overbearing noblemen, and stringent laws.
"Aye, father," I said manfully, "it's goodbye to sleepy Winderham forever. I go out in fear of me enemies, but also to a new life of adventure, fame and fortune."
He cast his good eye over the weary regiments. Their captains stood to the fore, waiting for the order to advance. Blackheart noted them all, creatures of many races, all driven to serve an insatiable lust for adventure, glory, and most of all, gold. And he would give them gold.
It's very important to understand the minds of these fellows. Some, they're only interested in a gold. Gold, gold, gold. That's all they care about. Others, well, they have their heads in the clouds, and it's all exploring and discovering. They say, "I was the first person to discover this famous temple, and I was the first person to sail on such and such sea." And they is forever boasting and telling enormous whoppers, when we all know there's never been further than the Blood River.
Mighty is Sigmar, who saves a dwarf king from dishonor. How can I reward him? A hammer of war, a hammer of iron, which fell from the sky with 2 tongues of fire. From the forge of the gods, worked by runesmiths, Gal Maraz its name, the splitter of skulls. Say what you will of us. Call us heathens because we denied our weak pretender gods. Call us savages because we strike at you. But know this, it is we who are closest to the ruinous powers. We, most favored of the gods, shall burn your lands, revel in your suffering, and destroy you. Despair, for all that remains for you is the taste of northern steel and the end of your world. Such is the will of the gods.
Settling thousands of new colony worlds and making first contact with the other intelligent races of the galaxy, including the Eldari and the Orcs.
Over me for all eternity, for I, Setra, Lord and the first priest king of Kemri, will awaken to command you in the paradise that awaits us. Hail to the Ushati and the Sphinx, who shall stand sentinel beside the monuments of the king. Hail to the commanders of my army, leading forth your regiments to join me in eternity. Hail to the warriors of my legions, make ready your weapons to fill the air with the sound of your worship. Your standards are pleasing to my sight and that of the gods. See how the light of Fetra shines upon them. Remember them gleaming this day as you enter the darkness of the tomb.